We're live.
We're live, Michael?
Yep.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yep.
Brian saved the day. We were having a little bit of technical trouble there, huh, Mr. Executive Producer?
Yeah.
He was trying to have us go live from our phones, and I can't do that without my wife.
Yeah, not very good at it. And I have that little weird loopy thing. I can't,
That thing bothers me.
I can't get a good, I
Is
don't know.
that to get a good finger grip on
Yeah,
that?
you could,
Wow. Nice accessory. Anyways, keeping it real.
Yep.
Michael Clark,
Yep.
how you doing today, buddy?
Good. Justin Graham here, episode 5. Episode 5 today. We're going to talk about negative lifestyles and their crippling effects. I think it's a big topic right now with just the news and
Sure.
everything. But
No, I'm looking forward to that. I just wanted to just a little recap. What a great discussion last week with Seth Litt, huh?
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, he's a very interesting character. I know I took a lot away from what he said, so it was really exciting to have him on. So we're kind of guestless this week, and
We are.
going to talk about negative lifestyles, and then next Monday, I believe Derek Christie is going to be joining us from Approved Mortgage,
Yep.
a local businessman.
That's going to be a good one.
So excited to have Derek on here and pick his brain a little bit.
So you just I refinanced my home,
Okay.
and then Brian did his as well, refinanced his house as well, and then you just said a minute ago, the rates are still going down.
Historic. Yeah, let's do a little real estate update. Historic lows right now on interest rates.
Wow.
So I know a lot of people. I'm in sales, so a lot of times I put stuff out on Facebook. I think people are just scared. I'm trying to get them into some sales pitch. But how much money did you save by refinancing per month on your mortgage?
A little north of $640 per month.
That is substantial.
Yeah, and mine was over 300.
Yeah.
So between both your mortgages, $1,000 a month more in savings that you're putting directly back in your pocket just for refinancing.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did that involve? In case people are scared of that process, did it cost you a bunch of closing costs or?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was about $5,000 in closing costs, but it all gets rolled in, and
Sure.
we figured it would pay itself off within the next,
You don't have to
year.
take that to closing though.
No.
It gets rolled in.
It gets rolled in.
So out of your pocket, there's no cost.
No cost.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Because that was going to be my thing. I didn't really care if I rolled it in because, for one, I'm not going to pay off my home loan ever, and for two, I don't know that hardly anyone probably ever will do that. As long as I didn't have to bring money to the table.
the only
I
thing
didn't
that I
care.
had to pay up front was the reappraisal, because I had a reappraisal done
Sure.
on my house
Right.
because of a mess up when I bought the house. We felt like that if they reappraised it, it would get us closer to getting rid of PMI.
Right.
Yeah.
So we requested that. So I had to pay for that. It was about $400.
Gotcha.
Other than that, I shouldn't have to bring anything else. Actually, there's a figure right now. It's figured that I will actually come home with more than what the appraisal cost
Right.
was. So
Well, thank you guys for trusting my advice.
Yeah.
And knowing that I would never steer you in a negative direction.
No, that was a great decision.
So, I mean, I'm excited to take advantage of it too. We just purchased and locked in at a low rate. And I mean, I'm telling you, I've got, I think, 4 new listings going in today.
Wow.
So
the market's hot.
Well, so a big fear is if I sell, where am I going to go? But I'm telling you, as this weather warms up, and I'd like to know from you soon if we can expect more of this, but homes will be going up for sale.
Yeah.
So, the fear of if I sell, I have nowhere to go. I think we can find you somewhere to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of people right now, they're going to sell and I've even heard from some other investors and financial people to sell and go rent for a while.
Sure. I've heard that too.
Cash in on
Yeah.
on your equity and go rent for a few months.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's stacking and racking, baby. That's what it's all about. I mean, why not? Why not save the money? I don't know.
Well, it's a competitive market, but the interest rates are going to offset they're giving you more buying power.
Yeah.
So even though you may pay a slightly higher premium for a home, I mean, you're going to offset it with lower interest rates and get you in something that you love. Upsize, downsize,
Yep.
oversize.
Yep.
Anyways,
Seth Litt says you guys are on fire. He's watching. What a guy.
Seth Litt, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing job last week, brother. Thanks
Yep.
for sharing your knowledge with us and letting us in your world a little bit. So, let's see. We got John Logan. Thanks for watching. Tiffany Christie. Thank you guys for all jumping in and hanging out with us today.
Brandon Whitsett says, what kind of firearms do you guys use as tools? What does that mean? Like, can you clarify, Brandon? Like, what do we carry, or are you calling us a tool? I can't get a good read on.
Right. It sounds like he's saying, "What are you tools carrying as firearms?"
Depends on the day.
Brandon, I carry a Glock 27 is my go-to. It's the mini 40 cal, and it is 11 hollow points will ruin your day quickly.
All right. Yeah, I carry a Springfield XDS 45, seven shots.
Or
Is that Wyatt Earp looking gun? Or was
The
it
what?
It's kind of a Desert Eagle looking.
Yeah,
thing.
it is a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or your Smith.
Yeah, or my Smith, which I have a 40 right there in the side pocket of my backpack. It has 16 40 caliber shots.
Oh my gosh, there's a gun in here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm currently right now carrying a Beretta Nano, just so that way it's a little bit smaller, more concealed. It's a 9mm. I think it's like a 9-shot.
Do you carry one in the chamber?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Everyday carry.
Yeah,
And then I have
everyday carry. Okay, yeah.
my 45, just like yours.
Yeah.
And Brandon, we carry one in the chamber as we're out with them on us.
Yep.
So you don't want to have to stop and rack one in if
No.
the heat comes on.
No.
So in police training, I went to the police academy.
You did. I still can't believe
Still
this.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yep. 03155 was my class number. So that's where I learned about carrying hot level 3, because you do not have time to react in a stressful situation. You don't have time to pull your bullets out of the glove compartment and put them in and rack it.
Yeah. Hell, I don't even know how well I would do even if it was racked and I was in a situation. I don't even know how I would.
Right.
You know.
Well, so that's where you're going to default to your training.
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage everybody to go to Point Blank or wherever and
Yeah.
practice shooting and unloading and reloading.
Yeah.
So that way you're ready. I mean, as psycho as this may sound, you could even go through ops in your house so if an intruder came in, you're trained and your family knows.
Yeah. My wife and I have done it.
Actually, I've been through the basic NRA classes. It was a 3-day long training, and it's day and a half in classroom, day and a half in the range, and that's what they talk about is, they want you to learn your gun there and then after.
Sure.
And they want you to go home and go through the process in your home, because
Yep.
that's where it's mostly going to be needed.
Right.
Yep.
Somebody comes in your home, they're not supposed to be there. That's where you need that. So
Yes.
they want you to go through that situation at your house.
Well, I think guys that if we're going to carry, take your wives to the range.
I'll shoot that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let them load it and peel off a couple
Yep.
magazines and
Absolutely.
go. But
Yep.
but anyways, but yes, Glock for me for sure. Heavy duty, easy to use.
I
So
just noticed we're streaming on Kirk's Facebook.
we are.
Yeah, his Facebook is linked, and so it's streaming on
It's
it.
turned off.
Brett, wave, say hi. Well, he must be listening to music. All right, so Justin, let's get into what we're talking about. today.
Negativity.
Yeah.
Someone said I had a face for radio. That's a negative comment, right?
That is not on. Not very nice.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, not very nice at all. So,
I think, Michael, this is a very, I mean, this is a very interesting topic because I think, unfortunately, without a lot of focused time, I think as humans, our default mode is to be not positive.
yeah. it is.
Sometimes our knee-jerk reactions.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I think the biggest thing today is everybody. Well, I can't say everybody. A lot of people like to turn on the 5 o'clock news or the 5 a.m. news or NBC Nightly World Watch or all these
CNN.
and they're glued to this, and what it's doing is there's actually science behind this. There's studies. It programs your mind.
Sure.
You get this. You get this just horrible view of the world every day when you turn on the news. I mean, have you ever seen a news story that's like lifts your day and you're like, ooh, that was such a great story?
No, the top story is always something horrible.
Right.
I don't watch the news or CNN
Yeah, I don't either.
for those reasons. I mean, it's no wonder some people don't want to leave their house
Right.
and stay in their bubble.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid something's going to happen.
Yeah. And the thing is why is there so much stock and so much confidence or faith put into a news story? Honestly, I mean, just because it's on TV, why is it taken as this is how it is? You know what I mean?
Well, and it's whatever corporation's spin they want to put on it.
Right.
Whatever clip they want to show or whatever part of a segment of, so it seems a lot of times to get bent into something negative, which maybe just draws ratings in.
Yeah, I think it's what it is. I mean, I know that's what it is. I mean, it has to be. I mean, people, I think it for people that are listening, I think it's crucial that you have to question the things that you're listening to. Don't be afraid to fact check it.
Sure.
Ask yourself, God, this is just, you know what I mean? What am I doing here right now? Why am I sitting here listening to this?
Well, my dad's always like, "Did you see the news this morning?" No, Dad, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the news.
Older generations.
We know some people like that sending
yeah.
us news stories and,
But they grew, I guess they grew up. I just didn't really grow up watching the news myself, or it's not like grab my coffee and turn the news on.
yeah.
What do you? I like what you do in the morning.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that. How do you dispose of the negative?
Yeah, my daily routine is time in the Bible, journaling. When I wake up, I'm very conscious of I do not immediately pull up Facebook or Twitter
Sure.
because I used to do that every day, and it used to flood my mind with just negative things. And so I have a stack of right over there, my Bible, my journal, my daily devotion, a book I'm reading. And so I try to keep that in my mind of
So you read the Bible every morning.
every morning. Yeah, I miss it here and there.
Sure.
I can't, but every morning I read a couple of verses and try to keep my,
I think it's powerful what you said. Do we crack our eyes open in the morning and immediately go to like prayer and positivity, or do we check our Facebook? I'm guilty of checking my Facebook
Yeah.
first a lot of times.
Most people are, and I still sometimes do it. I'm not saying I've got it all figured out over here, but I know I went through a very dark period of my life a couple of years ago, where I was drinking a lot on the weekends. I was very concerned about people's opinions of mine on social media,
Right.
and it's all I did was check it. And so I had actually deleted my Twitter account. I had a Twitter page with over 10,000 followers, and I deleted it because it was ruining my life.
Right.
Seriously. It was ruining my life.
I'm going to get back into, and I'm going to be honest. I mean, I myself read from the Bible daily for positivity and how to direct my life. But I'll be honest, most mornings I do not wake up and drop to my knees in prayer, and I really need to get back in the habit of doing that.
I don't.
First thing.
I don't do that either. I mean, I get myself ready and I drive into either I'm working at Starbucks or working at my office, and I'll come in and do it. It'd be great. It'd be great if I did it right away. That's really where, the first few seconds of our day are the most important part of our entire day. 'Cause
Right.
what we fill our thought process with determines the course of our entire day.
And I just imagine how much better my day would even be if I grabbed my wife and prayed with her real quick before I left for work. And
It doesn't get any better than that.
so those are things that I tend to, or I'm going to start working on getting better at.
Yeah.
Because yes, social media and the news is really it's really taking control of a lot of our time and focus.
It turns people into, which this can get into our next little subject here. Social media turns people into people that they're really not. I was having this conversation at the gym on Saturday with a couple of guys. There are people that would never say the things they say on social media to your face.
Right.
It gives them this whole new identity of how they think they can belittle people and treat people. And it gets into the next part of negativity, which is also being with people who are negative.
Right.
And we had a friend reach out to us. I'm not going to dispose of any names, but we had a friend text us a couple weeks ago and say, we'd like to start coming to church with you because the people we go to church with, when they're outside of church, they do not act like it at all. That
Right.
They go to church. So it's more of a image that is. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
I mean, people they want people to think this is how they are, but when you're spending time with these people, you're realizing that's not who they are.
right. Just kind of do the ritual deal and then go back to
And it's very toxic.
us being boneheads.
Yeah, and I think I don't want to talk. I'm talking a lot, but I
No,
think
I
it's-
usually talk over you, so I love you spilling it out today.
I think it's just it's detrimental to your entire process in life to surround yourself with negativity and with negative people. I mean, I don't. If you haven't really thought about this, you should really think about it because, the old saying goes, birds of a feather flock together, and you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Right.
Who are you hanging out with?
Well, and when I became a Christian and stopped drinking, one of the hardest things was all my close friends were drinking buddies. People that I had spent the previous 10 years hanging out with. And that direction in life wasn't working out too well for me. So one of the first things I remember Pastor Danny counseled me on was, who do you need to fire from your life?
Yeah.
Who do you need to remove that's a negative influence on you?
Yep.
Because as you're trying to go up, you don't want people grabbing you, trying to, pull you back down into your old ways or negative habits. So it's a difficult thing to have to do.
Yep.
And sometimes it can include family members.
It most of the time does. I mean, I don't know of well, for me and for some other people, again, not mentioning names that are here with us today that I know have gone through the same exact thing.
And here's the deal, guys. Our show's called Keeping It Real, so
Yeah.
we're not trying to sugarcoat any of this. And if y'all don't struggle with this stuff, then great.
Yeah.
But I had to fire several people from my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I was, getting out of the drinking scene and trying to finally grow up, at 30, 31 years old.
Yep.
When it was time.
Is that about the age for you when you about that age?
Yeah. Yep. I let's see. It's I haven't had alcohol since 2009.
Wow.
Not a drop.
That's awesome. I gotta take after that. I don't drink as much as I used to, but I still do drink. Now, being on the 75 hard program that I'm on, I can't drink alcohol for 75 days.
Right.
So I'm on day 7. And so the clarity you gain from not having alcohol and the swelling, your body gets so swollen.
Sure.
I've lost weight just from losing the sodium and the sugar and the swelling of alcohol that the beer and how it.
Well, have you seen those pics, the side by side of people that stop drinking, like what they look like a month later?
Yeah, it's insane.
They're amazingly,
Yeah.
incredibly look great.
Yeah. And I don't think alcohol's bad.
Okay.
I don't think it's bad. I think in moderation it's okay, but completely stopping it is a whole different level. That's a whole different mindset.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad, especially if you're someone who can have a drink or two and cut it off.
Yeah. So you just haven't had a beer.
Nothing.
Wow.
So I went out on Halloween, October 31st of 2009, and woke up that next morning, November 1st, and decided that was the day to stop.
Why?
I just wasn't motivated to do anything. I was working, a part-time construction job, and just kind of just floating through,
Yeah.
just looking for the next karaoke spot or the next
Next party.
the next party,
Yeah.
and it's just, just for me, it was just, drinking just turned me into somebody that really wasn't me.
Yep.
And it was holding back what I felt was my full potential,
Yeah.
which I still feel like I haven't reached yet, but I'm trying.
Hey, yesterday, you say that right now. I was listening to a speech from Matthew McConaughey yesterday, and he had said, someone had asked him who his hero was. And his answer is my hero is myself 10 years from now.
Sure.
Because I know I'm never going to obtain it, but I can always strive to get
Right.
to that. I think that is 100% true.
Right.
Because at least you're working towards what you want.
Right. Great fathers.
Yeah.
Great men in God. Great husbands.
Yep.
Upstanding citizens. I mean, that's where I want to be.
Yep.
I want my son to look up to me and
Yep.
want to be like daddy
Yep. Absolutely.
and not have negative experiences or encounters with me.
Yep.
Due to, if I drank, I might not, I might get upset with him,
Yep.
or I just don't want him to see those things in me. So,
Yeah.
but I was never a guy that could just have one or two and
Sure.
be cool.
Yep.
I had to do
Do the deal.
had to be the brightest light in the room.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think the next part of this is, so we've talked about negative news. We've talked about not spending time with negative people. Those are two very crucial pieces to this puzzle. The next part of this is who are you when nobody is around and no one is looking? What are you doing when no one is watching? Are you
Integrity.
Yeah. Are you doing what you say you do when people are around? I mean, if you're a married man, I mean, are you messaging other women? Are you addicted to pornography? Are you addicted to pills? What is it that you're doing? Because to wrap this up, I want to, at the end, I want to spin this all around, but because the quality of the choices and the decisions you make impact your entire life.
Sure.
And what you put into this world is what comes out of it.
Sure.
And so if your value system is not right, you're not going, eventually, at the end of the day, you're not going to win.
Right.
And people that lie to themselves about this stuff, eventually this stuff eats people alive.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have this image that they try to portray, but they're not really doing it.
Right.
And so they wonder, like, when's it going to be my turn? Why can I not catch the big break?
Sure.
Well, you're messaging 13 other women.
Right.
And life knows what you're doing. Does that make sense?
It definitely makes sense. I mean, I just think, and guys, perfection is not attainable. No one will ever be perfect. And I think it's just, if you're out there struggling with something, start small, take baby steps in order to get to where you're trying to go. 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time. So if something's overwhelming you, just make an initial move to start working on it. But yeah, I mean, I think about, the best analogy I have is like golfing. I mean, look at what Patrick Reed is going through over moving sand and cheating in golf. It's what he was doing when he thought no one was watching.
Yep.
Are you the golfer that rolls your ball in the choose up out from behind the tree when no one's looking so you can save a stroke? Or are you the guy that takes his medicine and hits that shot and chips out and tries to get up and down for par or to take your bogey?
Yeah.
That's a great analogy. And Patrick Reed is suffering for what he did when he thought no one was looking.
Yep. There was another exact kind of example of this. A guy I followed is very big in the hunting industry. Was a big whitetail deer hunter, had several $100,000 sponsors, very successful. He was on a hunt in Indiana, and he shot a buck, and 30 seconds later, he saw a bigger buck. And in Indiana, you're only allowed one.
Right.
Well, he told his cameraman, put the camera down, put it down. Well, his cameraman didn't like that and kept recording, and he shot the other buck. This guy lost everything, all of his sponsorships. Everybody pulled out. It was a big deal because he didn't want people to see that he shot the one that wasn't as big.
Right.
He wanted to get the big guy, and the integrity ruined him on that. And I think that happens so often. I think it happens to people that we probably know,
Right.
and that it's just not surfacing yet.
Yeah. I just think cutting corners is always going to catch up to you at some point.
It is.
Whether it's in your relationships or your business. At the end of the day, even if it costs you, do things the right way.
Yeah.
Abide by the law.
Yeah.
And the IRS codes, and and don't cut corners and don't cheat.
How many times, Brian, have we've probably, when it came time to paying taxes, or we've had employees go their separate ways, and we've not wanted to pay them their last few times here, but we did it anyways because it was the right thing to do. I mean, we've had to make decisions like that probably a dozen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even going back and going, you know what? Let's go ahead and give them an extra pay or something, just because it felt good.
Right.
To do that. I mean, it sucks that we had to part ways and everything, but on the other hand, it's like for us, we wanted to help them.
Sure.
In knowing that it's going to be hard for them to go and find something else or whatever, so for us it made us feel better about the situation. It always sucks having to let somebody go,
but you sleep at night knowing we did the right thing.
Right. And then like you said, with taxes and stuff, follow the tax codes. I mean, with this stuff, there's no handbook.
Right.
As much as people think that there's no handbook of running your own business. And, there's been situations where, a sheriff's deputy has shown up here at the office for a $200, owed taxes because I forgot to turn in, a piece of paper.
Right.
Which was just stupid. Mm-hmm. It wasted that guy's time. It, looked weird, but it was, we paid it. It wasn't that big of a deal, but, it's just going out and paying and not taking, a different route with it.
Shortcuts.
That has always been the thing that when we started this, I was like, we're going to pay the taxes that we're due. We'll get an accountant. He'll tell us what, he'll do everything that he can and stuff. And whatever he says that we owe, that's what we owe.
Right.
And that's what we'll pay,
Well, and a lot of times this is going to boil down to who you learning from, who you taking advice from. Mm-hmm. If you're close to somebody who's cheating on their taxes, and they might encourage you to do so.
Yep, they will.
If your inner circle are guys that don't, then you're probably not going to.
Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, it is the truth. I have been around groups of guys before that are, constantly just, looking at other women like, look at her. Look at, and I'm like, I don't want to do, you know what I mean? Like because then I start looking and I'm like, I don't want to look, I want to, and then I find, then I know another group of guys that look at other attractive women as if that's their sister or their mother. So they don't
Sure.
have to have those thoughts in their mind of,
Remove themselves from situations that are tempting, and
yeah. That's the scripture today that I read this morning.
Right.
In 1 Corinthians 10:13, it says that God will provide a way through your temptation. He'll let you endure. He's going to be by your side to
sure.
get you through that.
And whatever it is that you do, everybody needs a little accountability.
Yeah.
For some it could be, reading scriptures in small groups, and for others it could be Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. But I think we all need some kind of accountability in our life. To kind of hold us on a little narrower path. I mean, if you're just out freely operating on your own with no counsel or advice, or whether it's the Bible or whatever you believe in, positive influences and accountability.
Yeah.
One thing I learned early on when I started getting back on track was I needed to read the Bible every day and pick out a scripture and think about it.
Yep.
And to this day, that's part of my accountability. Is I know I got to get in front of God's word, and that's how we communicate.
Yep. We do this same thing, Justin. We have so let me just recently, when you talk about accountability. I got this book for all the guys here in the office.
Okay. The
And
Power List.
The Power List, the MF CEO Project. Andy Frisella has these books. They're $15. But you circle, or you list 5 daily tasks that you want to accomplish.
Okay.
And the accountability part of it comes in with us asking each other, did you win yesterday? And did you complete all your tasks, or did you lose?
Okay.
And with these guys, what I've noticed here just in the last week is general just morale and frame of mind.
Right.
Attitude is just excited to complete the task.
Sure.
Feeling good about like Matt back here has been exercising every day, getting back in shape, feeling good. But it's the accountability part of just saying, hey, did you do it today? Did you complete it?
And there's nothing like having another brother in your life that's going to ask you
Right.
hard questions.
Hard questions.
Confident, between the two of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody needs a brother to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
And someone you can trust to say, hey, man, I'm struggling with this and that.
Yeah.
And, can you help me? I mean, start there.
Yep.
But just don't pick somebody that can't keep it private.
No, exactly. Yeah. I've got friends that will, I've got good buddies who they know me and they'll shoot me a text and they'll go, hey, like the other night, my grandma had her 80th birthday party, and, she's suffering terminal illness, cancer. And it was, I don't know, Brian, what was it, 12:30 at night?
It was about 12:30.
But, he had sent me a text. He said, hey, is everything okay?
Sure.
Well, I haven't heard from you in
Yeah. But
4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Yeah, and so, but having a good buddy that just, that you can do those things with.
Right.
I feel like that's just very important. Your Facebook friend, isn't going to, have your back or give you the shirt off their back. They're,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I look forward to. There's a guy that I see at the gym almost every day, Casey, and we've always worked out and started our spiritual journey and stuff together. And that is something that I look forward to most days, is just being able to work out with him and talk and
Yeah.
and he always has known what my struggles have been, and
Yeah.
just how you doing with that?
Yeah.
How's that coming along?
Yeah. Is Casey the guy? I know he's muscular and he shaves his head.
He used to have a ponytail, but his
Yeah.
head has been shaved forever.
I feel like Danny told a story about Casey and how he started his business at church years ago, about how he started it. He was working with his dad,
Correct.
and then he went to start his own. he was nervous about starting his own business.
Right. He was nervous that he couldn't do it
Yeah.
himself. Casey had never read a book in his life.
I remember the story. And
Didn't think he could do accounting and bids, and now he runs a very successful company.
that's awesome.
But Casey will tell you he was an idiot,
Yeah.
a stone cold idiot.
Yeah.
That didn't care about it, anybody but himself.
Sure.
Until he encountered the Lord and Danny and
Yeah.
small groups and things like that, and he had a lot of struggles that he didn't himself think he could ever overcome.
Yeah.
And I know he wouldn't mind us discussing this. I mean, Casey and I have spoken at Emmanuel Church several times about our pasts. But just a story of a hardcore guy who didn't think he could amount to anything. Mm-hmm. Married, beautiful family, successful business, success story. Reads the Bible every day.
That's awesome.
Will give the shirt off his back for you.
Yeah.
And was a straight thug when he was younger.
Really? Wow. Those are the that's the kind of thing the rawness or the realness I think that people really enjoy on this podcast. We've had a lot of really positive compliments from people in the community, and
Sure.
And I think things like that's just real. It's real stuff that, I don't know, some people may get a little nervous to talk about, but it's helps people.
Right. Well, and I don't have it together by no means. Not close to perfection by any means at all. So I don't want this to come across that way.
Oh yeah, no.
But I'm definitely taking strides, I feel, in the right direction. And what I would like is for someday, I want someone to be able to pull my wife to the side and say, "What's your husband really like?" And and her, I would hope her answer would be positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good man. He's a good dad. He works hard. He cares about others. Because I get selfishnesses that creep in on me
You and me both.
quite often.
Yeah, you and me both.
What's best for Justin creeps in a lot.
Yep. Yep. I'm guilty of that. Friday night, my wife was out with her friends. I let her go out, and not let her. I don't want to make it sound like that. I helped her by watching the kids. You were allowed to come out of prison, babe. Took the shackles off. No, but she went out with her friends, and I kept the kids. And about 1:00 rolled around, and my son started crying uncontrollably.
Sure.
And I was like, "Yep, okay, I'm done." So I called her up. I'm like, "Get home right now. I'm done. I'm checked out." But that was a little selfish of me. I should have tried to comfort him, and it was 1 a.m, but she was having fun.
Right.
And I should have given more time on that. But that was my selfish side. saying,
Right.
I'm done watching these kids.
It rears its head.
Yeah,
You got a comment there.
Thank you, Master, for allowing me to leave. Oh man, I knew that was going to bite me in the butt.
Christy, you need to teach this guy what to do when there's a crying baby.
Oh man,
1 a.m.
it's tough.
Well, it's so easy for us to be like, "Honey,
Yeah.
help." And we know know what to do.
Yeah,
We know it's possible for us to pick out an outfit and dress our son.
it is. I do
daughter.
that. Yeah, I dressed him yesterday.
Did he match?
Well, I didn't. She picked out the outfit, but I put it on him.
Right.
Now, if I picked out the outfit, it would not match.
Right.
Yeah, but he would be presentable.
Sure.
I mean, look at what I'm wearing.
Yeah, I could tell you were on the 75-day workout thing today with those shorts.
Yeah.
Those look like Zubaz.
They're something. They're special, marbly looking. Anyways,
You got to hit it hard, dude, to catch Brian Proctor, though.
You do.
He is a chiseled 44-year-old.
And he's looking good.
43. I hope I got that right, Brian.
7 days a week, 53. I think he's almost 53. I'm just kidding. I don't know how old
There
he
are
is.
not a lot of people in the gym as much as me, and he's one of them.
Yeah, he's in there quite a bit. It's funny. I remember with him a couple of years ago when he decided to go get back into the gym because he had not worked out.
Really?
Yeah, and then it got even more and more serious. And Brian Proctor was my 7th grade boys basketball coach.
Oh my God, you're a kid. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh my gosh.
How old are you?
I'm 41. I
Okay.
thought
I'll be 33.
wow, you are a kid.
I just turned 36 yesterday.
He just turned 36. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel 41. I feel 32 mentally.
Yeah.
I feel 36.
Well,
But you hang in there. I like that. I like when you bring the heat with your 75-day thing.
that's some tough shit. That's tough. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm
It's-
pushing you to day 75 this time.
All right. Last time I didn't make it. I quit at day 59,
Yeah, well,
you know?
this
I-
time you're doing it.
I'll get it this time.
I remember it's a mental challenge more than anything.
That's all it is.
The exercising
Yep.
and eating right. I remember when Sarah and I were competing.
I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, 8 months. I had no sugar, no ice cream, no cheeseburgers, and it was a mental battle more than anything.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
Just eating completely clean and healthy, and that's no way for people to live. I mean, you got to find a healthy balance. But just know these people you see competing up on stage, they're going through a ton of mental.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as you said, Justin, I don't struggle so much with the workouts. I struggle with the discipline of doing the workouts.
Sure.
That's the hard part. So, hey, real quick, Mike Gokenhauer, who's commenting, this is his company.
Extreme Outdoor Solutions.
Yep. In Lafayette, Indiana. And he brought these over to us. He's been a client of ours for years. He's a super nice guy. Brought us mugs, brought us hats.
Right.
Awesome guy. If you're up in the northern Indiana area, Extreme Outdoor Solutions, check him out. Mike Gokenhauer is the president, owner of that. I don't know if Mike. I don't even know if you're accepting work. I know you're busy, so sorry if you're not. But free plug for you.
It looks like Mike is 41 years old too.
I think that
Said
might be
go
about right.
41-year-olds.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm a 41-year-old with a 2-year-old, so that is part of my exercise program now is keeping up with the amount of energy a 2-year-old has. I mean, I'm an only child, and
Yeah.
this is my only child, so this is all brand new to
Are
me.
you guys gonna have any more?
I think I'm too old.
Okay.
If Sarah's watching this, I'm sure the comment will be racing in any second. So, but we do get that a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would say nothing's set in stone, but
Okay.
I
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, things are pretty good right now.
Okay. Sorry, Sarah. I don't know if I'm helping you or him right now, but we'll just move on to the next.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's a good question. I want to just say, hey, I want to say Paige and Amy and Todd, Brent, Joe, Susie, Stacy. Thank you guys all for watching today, checking out our little program, and we're just talking about negativity in our life and the influences we have around us. So, just in
Want to go to the next one?
we'll start. Yeah, we'll start moving in on the final
How many,
fourth quarter here.
How many minutes are we in, Brian? How long are we? 45. Okay, we'll wrap it up here shortly. So the things we talked about real quick, as Justin said, we talked about taking negative news, aka the coronavirus is going to kill everyone. Take all this stuff out of your life, but know how the negative news also impacts the economy, because it does. Historically low interest rates.
Sure.
Study these, know these. Those are crucial, I think, to your life. I mean, they do make, we're looking at gas prices are going to get into the $1.95
Right.
range, whatever. Anyways, so negative news, eliminate it. And then we looked at who are you spending time with? Are you spending time with people who truly are looking out for your best interest? They're people of God. They're honest with you. Look at the 5 people you're spending the most time with. That's probably the average of you.
Who do you need to fire from your life?
Who do you need to fire?
As hard as it might be.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Real quick, Hillary K. Kaufman, hello. Thanks for watching.
Hi, Hillary Kaufman.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
She's such an amazing lady, amazing family.
She's always been a huge advocate of BAM.
Great.
It's very nice of her. So
She is a bright, shiny individual.
nice.
As well as her. I've met all her family, and they're exactly the same. So, uh-oh.
Awesome. Brian Proctor.
Are we in trouble?
Were your ears burning? Are we in trouble? We were just talking about you. It was good.
It's always good.
It was good about you, Proctor. So yeah, and then we talked about who are you when no one's looking, and so we wrap it up into this is, your value system in your life and the energy that you put into the world is directly correlated to your level of success in your life.
Sure.
The quality. Remember, sometimes we have to see through the negative to help others find the positive. That's deep.
Yes.
He's always got some good, deep philosophical, reads a lot.
He's an intelligent person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Proctor says, remember, sometimes we have to see through the negative to help others find the positive. So.
And if you've been there, remember that.
Yep.
Remember you were a bonehead.
Yep.
If you're dealing with a bonehead.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because 10 years ago, dealing with me probably would sucked.
I couldn't even get a job 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I applied at Verizon Wireless and Menards and was denied
Really?
because I had nothing to offer. I had a college degree, which I thought guaranteed me 6 figures.
Yeah. Guaranteed you 6 figures of debt.
Yeah, I mean, I thought if you got a college degree, you were on your way to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And,
Nope.
and owning a Harley.
Yep. Owning a Harley.
But no, so that's crucial to remember. If you're dealing with someone, do try to look through some of that negative into what their potential could possibly be. Because I could have been written off, honestly, in my late 20s as a no-go.
Oh yeah, me too. Easily.
Waste of space.
Yep.
And the climb out might not be easy either.
No. That's why the right people are crucial.
Climbing out of debt,
Yeah.
climbing out of negative relationships.
Yep.
But if you're stuck and you keep waking up every day wondering why things suck, you probably need to change your surroundings.
Yep. Fire some people.
If you're trying to stop drinking, you might not want to be talking to people that are trying to drag you out to the bar every night.
Yep.
Come on, come have one.
Yeah.
1 leads to 4.
Yep.
4 leads to 8.
Yep.
At least in my scenario, it was.
And this is one thing to understand too is this is a podcast. Understand that, and it's but we're serious when we say this. Like, don't just hear it and then shut it off and not do it. If it's something that you really need to do, think about it. Let this be a wake up call for you and go, damn, I do need to do that. I've got to fire that person. I've got to get around people that are better.
Well, and another thing is I like to provide hope that if you're there right now, you can get out
Easily. Well, no, simply, but not easily.
You can dig out. I would say, other than unless you're going to prison or something for the rest of your life,
Yeah, you're in trouble then,
You've probably that's trouble. But
Yeah.
but if you're in a tough spot, say financially, relationally, you can get in a better place. But it's going to, like anything else, it's going to be hard work.
Yep. And you can't be screwing people. You can't be being disloyal or being dishonest or doing things that, what you're doing behind closed doors. You can't. You have to. It has to be all around because
Sure.
your quality of life and it's directly mirrored towards the decisions you make and how you treat people.
Right.
That stuff matters.
Right.
And I think that's where we can say, hey, all this stuff today, it matters, and apply it. And I think you would be shocked at the difference in your life.
And just remember, we're a couple guys just trying to keep it real and sharing what our life experiences were.
Yep.
And not being all cushy about it and putting a filter on it. And letting you know that there are avenues to success,
Yeah.
to a positive life. You know, are you leaving church and jamming on your horn at the very first person that doesn't turn immediately when the left light turns green? Are you honking at them?
Yeah. Flipping them off, whatever. Yeah.
We can always judge ourselves by our knee-jerk reactions
Yep.
in the moment. How do you react
Yep.
in a moment of stress, in a moment of impatience?
It all comes from the heart. You know, what's in your heart is how you're truly going to react and treat people in certain situations.
Amy Baker, thanks for watching today. You know what? I hate to switch gears here, but I want to know what the weather's going. I want to know what's going on.
It's going to rain tonight. Yeah, if you're in Indiana.
Is the 60-degree stuff going to stay?
It's gonna cool off a little bit towards the end of the week, but overall it's gonna stay warmer
Is winter over?
here. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, here.
I mean, that's a relevant. That's a question that could be like if you're in the Dakotas or in the Pacific Northwest, it can still get cold and snow.
And we're probably looking at a warm summer.
I think it's a warmer summer. I think summer can progressively get hotter the deeper into summer that we go. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And for those of you out there, for $19.95 a month, no.
I mean, we do have a $20 a month option, don't we? Do we have a $20 a month option? The portal? Standard?
I mean, technically yes, but
We have a standard 20 a month.
So whatever it is,
Yeah.
You never like to promote your business, but you provide accurate professional weather service
You're right. We
to,
do.
to professionals like Mr. Gokenauer.
Yeah. Exactly. To Gokenhauer to
And guys, I just made up that price. I have no idea
That's okay.
what the menu of services are here.
I sometimes I try not to promote, but I appreciate that. We provide a service, business to business service that
Excellent services you provide. This is from a client.
that's awesome. I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you so much.
Because
for that.
people in that line of work he needs to know.
Yeah. Need to know what's going to happen when it's going to happen. So, and you're talking decisions that can be tens of thousands of dollars if they're made in the wrong way. So, Justin he's got a listing at 2:00.
I have a listing appointment at 2:00 in Claremont. It's
Yeah.
10 after 1.
So he's got to go.
If you are thinking about buying or selling a home, you can always contact me for
can.
sure. And if
Justin.
you need to know the weather, you need to contact this guy. Real quick, next week, one of the greatest, most successful, honest, hardworking businessmen I know is coming on the show.
I'm pumped.
Derek Christie of Greenwood. Mortgage broker, I think he would say is his day job, but a very sharp individual as far as investments,
Yeah.
and also investing time in others.
Yeah.
So a very selfless individual is going to be coming on next week to share a little bit about his journey and kind of where he's come from and where he's headed. But you'll definitely want to tune in next Monday at noon to listen Derek Christie share a little bit of his story. So,
I'm pumped for that one.
and anything you'd like to ask him or us next
Yep.
week, shoot us a comment, shoot us a message. I don't know where else we can go with this today, my brother.
That's it. Just don't be negative and stay away from negativity, and your life you'll just be blown away. And that's episode 5 of Keeping It Real.
Episode 5 of Keeping It Real. You stay hard at the
75.
I'm going to hold you accountable,
Yep.
and you do the same for me. And guys, thanks for tuning in today. Sometimes this might seem difficult or hard to discuss, but we're just throwing it out there. A couple guys that's lived it and trying to share what we've learned. So thanks everybody for watching, tuning in today, and y'all have a great rest of your week.
Yep. See ya.
Nick, see ya.